The sound has grown a ton. For different reasons. Maybe it's because I've grown up a little bit, I think, sort of. Maybe not so much. I think Brandon and Tom still have some growing up to do, but we can talk about that later. Yeah, I don't know. I wrote songs, well, I started writing songs for Final Thought when I was in grade 9, so that's a fucking long time. Like, no matter whether you think about it or not, like, the songs are gonna change because there's different things that you want to write about, and you're not necessarily going to be writing about the same things when you're in grade 9 as when you're 20 years old in university. Like, it just comes out different, and the way that you look at life is fully different. Like, the way that I looked at life when I was 15 years old in grade 9 is just irrelevant now, and it doesn't even make sense in my brain because it was almost, 5 full years ago. That's a long time when you're growing up and growing through things like that. So I think before it was like really, it was heavily Blink-182 influenced and really pop punk and just really straight up, and was not as original as maybe it could have been. But I really didn't know how to write songs either, so that was just my way of kind of coming up with things. Was like, okay, this is how they do it, so I'm going to try and take this and make my own version of it. So it really just came off kind of in the same kind of way. Obviously not as good or as structured as Blink-182 songs are, but that's just the way they came off sounding. And I think over time I started listening to different bands and different kinds of music and writing different styles of songs. And I think, like, on this record, more so, I've just kind of grown up a little bit, and we've gone back to kind of just a really raw, like, original. I don't even know if I want to call it original because I feel like that's kind of stuck up and cocky of me to say that, but it's more like raw and organic is the word that I wanted to say. Raw and organic, and just really, like, it feels good, I really wanted to make sure that that was something that happened with all the songs, is you really felt something, whether it was like happy, sad, or whatever. It's like the song has to feel good and it has to feel right, and I think that's a major change with this record, not only just sound in general, but it's really evolved that way. As I really try to make sure everything feels right, and when it feels right, that's how you know that it's done.